Hey Galactic Geeks, this is Devin. So, this is my review of Season 2 of Daredevil. Now, I'm gonna try and just talk about it generally with no spoilers for just a few seconds in a minute or so. Uh, but after that, I'll make it clear that I'm going to spoilers, and I will talk some more about it. So, without spoilers, generally really good, guys. I liked it. A lot more action scenes. Well, not more, but on par with the same amount of action scenes. Still just as choreographed and awesome as before. A lot of one take fights, kind of like in the first season. Um, let's see. Still some kind of negative aspects. I'll explain those further in spoilers, but the music was great. The writing at most parts seemed to be pretty okay. Sorry. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go to spoilers now because there's a lot of stuff to talk about in this season, and I'm going to not. I'm not going to restrain myself from spoilers. I won't say that they're necessarily the worst spoilers to give you, but they are spoilers. Okay, so they used the Punisher in a really weird way. So, like, the first 3 or 4 episodes, he's the Punisher, and that's awesome. He's out rampaging, killing people, and then he gets turned into the cops. Now, I figured this would be kind of thing where he beats up the cops, kills a few people, and he escapes. But no, they kept him in jail, they put him on trial for like 6 or 7 episodes, and don't get me wrong, it was nice to see like a more sensitive side of the Punisher, which you got to see kind of in those scenes. Karen and him get kind of close as you can get in that situation, but so you learn a little bit about his family and why he's doing the things he's doing. And then towards the end of the season, he does get back out and he kills some more people and stuff, and that's good. That it's classic. He's a good Punisher. He is. Just the majority of episodes in the season, he's in jail or in a hospital bed or not out punishing people. And when I was told the Punisher was in the season, I was kind of like, awesome, this entire season is going to be him hunting the Punisher down, trying to catch him, all that stuff. But it wasn't. Now, don't get me wrong, like I said, he was a good Punisher, and obviously Daredevil's a good Daredevil. But I wish I would have seen more encounters between them. There's only like probably 4 or 5 encounters between Daredevil and the Punisher total. I mean, while he's Daredevil. When he's Matt Murdock, there's a few more, but still not that many. Now, something I probably would have liked is for a guy like the Punisher to be able to tell that Daredevil was Matt Murdock. Because there's a few scenes when they're fighting, and, Daredevil kind of can't really, fight with him because he's not making that much noise, and so he gets hit in the face or something. I would have liked for maybe while the Punisher was on, like, the stand or something, or something like that, he would have figured out that Matt Murdock was Daredevil. I think he did towards the end. I don't want to spoil that, but there's a scene on a rooftop, and if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Okay, Elektra. Elektra was pretty good. There were some times where I really enjoyed her being on screen, and there was other times where I was like, we've seen enough of this woman, can we please focus on something else for a while, kind of thing. And it all kind of culminated in the last episode, and some stuff happens, and if you watch the series, you'll find out. But, like I said, I don't want to spoil everything. I just want to spoil enough to talk about what I liked and didn't like. Stick is back for quite a few episodes, I think like 3 or 4 maybe. I like Stick. Stick is cool. He's that perfect blend of sassy old guy and, stuff like that. So, I like that kind of character, and I like that he was back for more. As far as Foggy goes, okay, this is where the season really let me down a lot, guys. Okay, Foggy and Karen. Let me explain why. Foggy, from the very opening shot of episode 1, him and Matt are walking to work and they're smiling and happy, and then you find out, oh, well, he throws in a few comments about being Daredevil and how he doesn't like it, and Matt's like, stop. So, right off the bat, he's still like, oh, Matt, you can't be Daredevil because you'll get hurt, and I don't want my friend to get hurt, kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, I understand that from, like, an emotional aspect, but at the same time, I don't know how much time has passed between Season 1 and Season 2, but I think it's fair to say it's probably a couple months to a year, and I think it's fair to say that if you knew that secret, you'd be okay with it by now. But that just continues through the whole season again. Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. Oh, don't do this. Oh, you need to keep yourself safe, Matt. Oh, don't go out and chase this guy or whatever. Oh, it's like, we get it. You don't want him to be Daredevil, but he's a Daredevil, okay? He says it so many times throughout the season where he's just like, look, Foggy, I am Daredevil. I'm going to be Daredevil. You need to either accept that or move on. And it just won't stop. Okay. Then there's also a few scenes where Matt Murdock misses some important things, like in court or, meetings or whatever. So there are some times where that happens, but they're all because of things that he's doing as Daredevil, kinda. Like, there's one night where he misses something kind of important. I forget what it is. I think it's like a court session or something. But it turns out that the Punisher chained him up to a chimney on the roof, Like, how's he supposed to get out of there and, how's he supposed to get out of there? Like, that's not his fault. And then they still act angry towards him, blah, blah, blah. And, what else is there? Another scene is where he misses a day in court because he was supposed to make the opening statement for Frank Castle's trial. And he misses his day in court because the night before, him and Elektra went out and did some vigilanteing and stuff, and she got hurt kind of badly, sort of, so he had to, take care of her and just let her sleep on the couch and shit. And so he sleeps on a chair across from the couch, and he wakes up late and goes to court, and, by the time that happens, Foggy did the opening statement, and he did good, better than he thought he could, and he's starting to realize that he's not that bad of a lawyer and that he doesn't really need Matt. So Nelson and Murdoch is no longer a thing at the end of this season. Foggy takes a job at a big lawyer company, actually the same one that Hogarth works for in Jessica Jones, so to connect that a little bit. And the last point I have is Karen. This is just another season of unbearable Karen. Okay, I get it, she, independent woman, finding the truth and stuff, just like she was last season, but it just doesn't work, guys. Every single episode has at least 10 to 15 minutes devoted to Karen finding a newspaper article, or trying to convince everyone Frank's not a bad guy, or, because she connects with him and stuff, and so she's like, oh, he's just sick, that's why he's doing this kind of stuff, and turns out his family was massacred at a 3-way drug deal, and so she's like, well, someone covered up the fact that his family was killed, so, it's just and it's an entire season of Karen, guys, I'm not even joking you, if I went through and I counted, it probably is close to about 10 to 15 minutes of an episode each, just focusing on her doing her thing. Sometimes more. Sometimes it takes half an episode. I think there was one episode that I just subconsciously was in and out of, and I was like, I don't think we've seen Daredevil yet this episode, and it was 35 minutes into the episode. And you don't have to have Daredevil in every single episode, but I mean Matt Murdock as a character as well had not been in that episode yet. So they just took that a little far, in my opinion. But I understand why, and you know. But anyway, guys, so that's going to be the end of my review. I went a little longer than I wanted to, but that's okay. Go and subscribe, like, comment with ideas for other videos you want me to do. This was kind of like a on the spot kind of thing. I didn't plan to do a review of season 2, and I was like, I might as well. So I did. Other than that, yeah, I will get out of your guys' hair and see you in the next video.